Okay, now I'm going to show you the fade. So this is if you wanted to create a gradient with your colors. Now I'm going to mix just a little bit more of a mixture. I'm just going to mix my colors around here. I'm going to go for this blue-green. Mix that in, and I'm going to make this a slightly darker value. Okay, and I'm going to look at the directions. It says paint the top with a dark value. Quickly rinse your brush and use just a wet brush to pull it down. So I'm going to take, and again, we talked about in the last step, it dries quickly. So I'm going to fill in the top. Okay, and then here I go. I'm going to rinse my brush, swish, swish, and then my brush is wet. I'm just going to take and quickly pull that down. Okay, I want to do this before I give that line a chance to dry, okay, because I want it to blend. Now be careful rubbing your brush on the paper too much. There's a limit to how much you can do that, okay, before your paper starts to pill up. So if your paper ever starts to pill up, that is your indicator to stop, okay, and let it dry before you manipulate it. Now I'm going to go in here and I'm going to make this a little bit more, while it's still wet, I'm going to make this a little more dramatic at the top. So I'm going to switch to my smaller brush because I don't want too much. Now I said there are very few times you're going to paint right out of the concentrated color. So I'm going to just use kind of the puddle that I made on top and put just a tiny, tiny bit of color on there. And I'm just going to take that and pull that down. Now I'm going to wet this brush just a little bit, and I'm going to use that to kind of blend a little bit. So by adding just a touch of that extra concentrated color at the top, I got a greater bit of contrast for my fade.